Peppa loves to bake. Miss Rabbit is having a baking competition and Peppa is very excited.
Can we bake a cake, please?
She asks Mummy and Daddy Pig. Yes, of course, Peppa, replies Mummy Pig.
Cake!
George cheers. Peppa and her family gather a recipe book and their kitchen supplies.
Wow!
They wash their hands with soap and water. Babbly, babbly, scrabbly. Peppa and her family are ready to bake. Peppa points to a cake on the book cover.
Can we make a cake like this?
She asks. It's a Victoria sponge cake, says Daddy Pig. Peppa and George mix the ingredients while Mummy Pig watches. When the cake is done, it looks tasty.
Spongy, spongy,
says George. But Peppa isn't sure if the cake will win the competition. Then Peppa remembers it's Miss Rabbit's baking competition. That gives her an idea.
Miss Rabbit loves carrots,
Peppa says.
We should make a carrot cake.
Mummy and Daddy think it's a great idea. They all get to work making the cake. After baking the cake, they let it cool. Then Peppa and George help decorate it. But Peppa isn't sure this cake will win either.
What about a chocolate cake?
Peppa suggests. Daddy Pig likes chocolate cake. They start mixing ingredients. You can't go wrong with chocolate cake, Daddy Pig says. Why's that, Daddy Pig? asks Mummy Pig. Because it's made from yummy chocolate, of course, replies Daddy Pig. So Peppa and her family get to work and bake a yummy chocolate cake. Soon the chocolate cake is ready. It looks tasty, but the Victoria sponge cake looks good too. And so does the carrot cake.
I don't know which one to choose,
Peppa says.
Maybe we should stack them up.
Mummy and Daddy Pig carefully stack the cakes on top of each other.
Wow!
Then Peppa covers the whole cake and the kitchen in rainbow sprinkles.
I call this my giant sprinkle cake,
Peppa says.
It's got Victoria sponge, chocolate and carrot cake all in one.
The cake is ready. Peppa and her family bring it to the baking competition. Miss Rabbit spends a long time deciding who will win. Finally, she makes an announcement.
The winner of my baking competition is Peppa and George's giant sprinkle cake.
Everyone cheers. Hooray!
And the prize is everyone gets a piece of cake,
Miss Rabbit says. Peppa loves cake. Everyone loves cake. The end. Peppa Pig. This book is all about Peppa Pig.
That's me.
Peppa lives with Mummy and Daddy Pig and her little brother George, and with Goldie, Teddy and Mr. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
At playgroup, Madame Gazelle teaches Peppa and her friends. They paint, play, sing, and do lots of fun things.
Hooray!
Peppa likes dressing up as everything. But her favourite thing to do is jump in muddy puddles. Peppa loves spending time with her granny and grandpa, especially dinner time.
Yummy, my favourite.
Sometimes Peppa has so much fun she doesn't want to go to bed.
This is the best book ever.
But she always enjoys a bedtime story. The end. Peppa Pig. Peppa and the Christmas Elf. It was Christmas Eve and Peppa and George were making cookies for Santa with Granny and Grandpa Pig.
Are we being helpful?
asked Peppa, whipping the spoon around and getting the mixture everywhere. Oh yes, said Grandpa Pig, you're wonderful helpers.
We're like Santa's elves, George,
said Peppa. George giggled.
Kiss my elf.
I wish I could meet an elf, said Peppa.
I bet they love adventures.
Yes, agreed Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig told Peppa and George that as they stirred the mixture, they could make a special Christmas wish.
Kiss my dinosaur,
cried George.
Shh, George, whispered Peppa. You're not supposed to tell anyone your wish.
George wished for a Christmas dinosaur. And Peppa wished for an adventure with a Christmas elf.
Did you hear that?
asked Peppa.
It was a jingly sound coming from outside. I think my wish has come true.
Shall we go and see? said Granny Pig.
Ah, look at that,
said Grandpa Pig when they got outside. There's an owl in the Christmas tree jingling the bells.
Oh,
said Peppa, sighing.
That's not my Christmas wish.
Never mind, said Granny Pig. I'm sure you'll get your wish soon. Just then, there was another sound. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Daddy!
cheered Peppa and George. Mummy and Daddy Pig had arrived to pick them up.
Hooray!
Are you ready to ride the Christmas train? said Daddy Pig.
Yes!
cried Peppa and George.
Have fun!
said Granny Pig, waving goodbye.
We'll see you later for our Christmas sleepover.
As Daddy Pig started the car's engine, Peppa spotted something red peeking out from behind a tree.
Wow!
Look!
she cried, pointing.
A Christmas elf!
Mummy Pig turned around. Ah, it's a little robin, she said.
Santa has lots of elves, said Peppa. They can't all be at his workshop, can they?
Probably not. Maybe you did see one, said Daddy Pig, winking. Right, let's go to the Christmas train.
Hooray!
Choo-choo!
cheered George. When they arrived at the Christmas train platform, Peppa and George were very excited. The train was decorated with lots of twinkly fairy lights.
All aboard the Christmas train,
Miss Rabbit called out.
First stop the Christmas helter-skelter.
Hooray!
At the helter-skelter, Peppa looked up and spotted a red hat in one of the windows.
Found you, Christmas elf,
she cried. But when Mummy and Daddy Pig looked up, all they saw was Molly Mole wearing a little red hat.
Merry Christmas, Peppa, cried Molly. Oh, Merry Christmas, Molly, replied Peppa.
Everyone had lots of helter-skelter fun, but soon it was time to move on.
Follow me to the Christmas Ferris wheel,
called Miss Rabbit. Right at the very top of the Ferris wheel, Peppa spotted something in a little red hat.
Found you, Christmas elf,
she cried. But when Mummy Pig looked, all she saw was Mr. Bull wearing a little red hat.
Oh no!
At the gingerbread workshop, Peppa spotted the Christmas elf behind the gingerbread house.
Wow!
Found you, Christmas elf,
said Peppa.
Look, Daddy.
But when Daddy Pig looked, all he saw was a gingerbread house with a little red hat on top of it. The final Christmas activity was the sledging hill. As Daddy Pig and George whizzed off, Peppa spotted the elf sledging too.
Follow that elf, Mummy,
she cried. Peppa and Mummy Pig set off. Their sledge raced down the hill. The sledge was going so fast, Mummy Pig couldn't stop it.
Ah!
She cried as the speeding sledge zoomed up into the air and landed in a snow elf.
Who put that there?
said Mummy Pig, covered head to toe in snow. It wasn't me, Mummy Pig, said Daddy Pig. It must have been the Christmas elf. Anyway, time to go, said Daddy Pig. Granny and Grandpa Pig will be waiting for us.
Yippee!
Cheered Peppa and George. When Peppa and George got back to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house, they put out some cookies for Santa, and then they got ready for bed. Peppa told them all about her adventures with the elf.
Wow!
But I didn't even get to talk to the elf,
she said.
Time to sleep, little ones, said Granny Pig. May all your Christmas wishes come true.
But Peppa and George didn't hear. They were already fast asleep. Very early on Christmas morning, Peppa and George ran in to wake Mummy and Daddy Pig. Then they ran into Granny and Grandpa Pig's bedroom and woke them up too. They all headed downstairs to find Santa had left presents for everyone.
Kiss my dinosaur,
cheered George. His Christmas wish had come true. Suddenly Peppa heard a sound. She looked up. Right at the top of the Christmas tree was a toy.
Wow!
Christmas elf,
Peppa cried, jumping up and down. Peppa cuddled the Christmas elf.
Thank you for the adventure,
she whispered. Peppa's Christmas wish had come true too. Mummy Pig took the elf's hat off and secretly put it on Daddy Pig's head. What's that? Asked Daddy Pig, reaching up and finding the hat. He looked over at Mummy Pig. It wasn't me, said Mummy Pig, smiling. It must have been the Christmas elf. Peppa loves her Christmas elf. Everyone loves Peppa's Christmas elf. The end. Learn with Peppa Pig. Level 3. Grab the hat. Peppa Pig and George are spending the morning with Granny and Grandpa Pig.
Hooray!
Do not drop that hat in the mud, George.
A gust of wind picks up the hat. It drifts across the mud. George trips.
No mud.
The hat is stuck.
I can grab it.
I wish we had a ladder. Plop! Peppa flops into the mud. Oh no! Now Grandpa Pig thinks he can flick the hat off the reeds with a stick.
What are you doing in the garden pond?
Now the hat has landed in the compost.
Stand there.
Granny Pig sinks into the compost. Oh, no. Mummy Pig is shocked when she sees them all. George grins as he taps his hat.
No mud!
The end. Peppa Pig. First look and find. Good morning. This is Peppa Pig's room. And George's too. It's a little bit messy. Will you help Peppa find these toys and tidy up? Peppa loves going to playgroup. Today is Arts and Crafts Day. While Peppa paints, find and point to these classroom objects. Hop, hop, hop. Peppa plays hopscotch with her friends and then twirls a hoop while she waits for her turn. See if you can spot these other things to play with. Playing makes Peppa extra hungry. Come into the kitchen and get ready for dinner, finding these yummy things to eat and drink. Peppa and her friends are practicing a play.
Wow.
While they try on different costumes, look for these fun props and decorations. Daddy Pig is a bit of an expert at storytelling. Look around as he reads to Peppa and George and try to find these family photos. Peppa Pig loves muddy puddles. Remember, if you're jumping up and down in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Boots are useful too when it's chilly. Will you help Peppa and her friends find these? The end. Peppa Pig. Daddy Pig's exercises. Mummy Pig and George are exercising outside. Daddy Pig is having a sit down. I don't have to exercise, says Daddy Pig. I am naturally fit.
You don't look very fit, Daddy,
says Peppa. I'll show you, says Daddy Pig. What should I do first? Says Daddy Pig.
You should warm up with some stretches,
Says Peppa.
Touch your toes like this.
Daddy Pig tries, but he can't reach his toes. Oh no!
Daddy, pretending you can't touch your toes,
says Peppa. I'm not pretending, says Daddy Pig. Maybe I should do a bit of exercise.
I'll help you exercise, Daddy,
says Peppa.
First you must do 100 press-ups.
Easy, says Daddy Pig. Peppa watches as Daddy does press up.
1, 2, 3.
Peppa counts. 15, 16, 17. Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig is not doing press-ups. He's lying on the sofa.
Daddy,
That's Peppa.
you're cheating.
Mummy Pig comes in with George. She has an idea. She gives Daddy Pig an exercise bike.
Wow.
Now I can watch television and exercise, he cheers. The exercise bike is too noisy. I can't hear the television, grumbles Daddy Pig. Oh no,
You can use my bike.
says Peppa.
This is the bell and here are the brakes.
Peppa's bike is a bit small for Daddy Pig. Thank you, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig cycles up a big hill and down the other side. Now I don't have to pedal, cheers Daddy Pig, as the bike goes faster and faster. The bike is going very fast now. Maybe I better slow down, says Daddy Pig. He tries to brake. The brakes don't work. Oh no! Oh! Shouts Daddy Pig. Help! Whoop! Shouts Daddy Pig as he flies off the bike. Splash! Daddy Pig has landed in a pond. I think I'd better get home and dry off, he says. Daddy Pig pushes Peppa's bike home. It is hard work. At least I've done my exercise, he puffs. Wah, wah, say the ducks. The end. Peppa Pig. First look and find. Good morning. This is Peppa Pig's room. And George's too. It's a little bit messy. Will you help Peppa find these toys and tidy up? Peppa loves going to playgroup. Today is Arts and Crafts Day. While Peppa paints, find and point to these classroom objects. Hop, hop, hop. Peppa plays hopscotch with her friends and then twirls a hoop while she waits for her turn. See if you can spot these other things to play with. Playing makes Peppa extra hungry. Come into the kitchen and get ready for dinner, finding these yummy things to eat and drink. Peppa and her friends are practicing a play.
Wow.
While they try on different costumes, look for these fun props and decorations. Daddy Pig is a bit of an expert at storytelling. Look around as he reads to Peppa and George and try to find these family photos. Peppa Pig loves muddy puddles. Remember, if you're jumping up and down in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Boots are useful too when it's chilly. Will you help Peppa and her friends find these? The end. Peppa Pig. Surprises. Mummy Pig has a surprise for Peppa. This is for you, says Mummy Pig, handing Peppa a mysterious box.
Wow.
The special box put surprise things in.
Ooh, says Peppa excitedly. What should I put in it first?
Only you can decide that, Peppa, replies Mummy Pig. It's your special box. Peppa goes upstairs.
This is my special box,
She tells George.
I'm going to put surprise things inside.
George wants to help,
No, George,
says Peppa.
you have to wait outside.
When Peppa is done, George tries to guess what's inside the box.
Dinosaur!
Cries George.
No, George,
Says Peppa, giggling.
it's not a dinosaur.
Now it is Daddy Pig's turn to guess. Is it? My glasses? He asks.
Silly Daddy,
Cries Peppa.
you're wearing your glasses.
Peppa goes to the living room. I made a special box for George too, says Mummy Pig.
Oh,
Says Peppa.
what's inside?
It's a surprise, says Mummy Pig.
George,
Said Peppa.
let's show each other our surprise things at the same time.
Agrees George. Peppa counts down.
3, 2, 1.
George and Peppa both open their boxes. What could be inside? George has a drum.
Another noisy surprise.
Cheers Peppa. Peppa and George march around the living room playing music. Mummy Pig comes in with another surprise.
Wow.
I know where we should keep these surprises, says Daddy Pig. In our tummies. Everyone laughs. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.